everybody. How's it going today? I hope well. We're back at the Nature Center, and I thought we'd get caught up on our chain today. So we're gonna go back to day 3, kind of when we candled the eggs before. We could see stuff starting to form inside, and that was the tail begins to form. Then day 4, the toes begin to form, so their little toes are beginning to form. Day 5, the bones of the legs start forming. And then day 6, the beak begins to form. And we'll talk about that today in the story, actually. It's really soft on day 6. So we're gonna read a story today called Where Do Chicks Come From? It's gonna tell us about what's going on inside the egg right now. And it also talks about what the hen is doing while her babies are growing inside her egg. So that's kind of cool to check out too. You notice we're still social distancing. I've got my chicken friends here and we're trying to distance ourselves here. So I hope you're doing the same. Hope you're having a great day. Get outside and stay safe. Today we're going to read a story a little bit more about our chicks and the eggs. This one's called Where Do Chicks Come From by Amy Skolansky. I'll show you this first page because I thought it was pretty cool. Shows all the chicks with their moms at the farm. Says this is an egg. You've seen eggs before, but this one is different. In 3 weeks, a chick will hatch out of this egg. So this is a fertilized egg, just like we put in our incubator at the Nature Center, and Mrs. Slater has some at her house, and Mrs. Thielen has some at her house. An egg begins as a tiny white spot inside the mother chicken, the hen. There may be many tiny eggs inside the hen at one time. A yellow yolk grows around each egg. That's quite a picture there. Then the dad chicken, the rooster, mates with the hen. This is called fertilization, and you can ask your parents about that one. Soon, a clear jelly-like egg white or albumin grows around the yolk. Finally, a hard shell forms, and the egg is ready to come out or be laid. The hen then lays the egg. Over the next few days, she lays several more eggs. The hen sits on top of the eggs to help keep them warm. As soon as the eggs are warm, the chicks will start to grow. And this is kind of what I was telling you about at my house now. Springtime has come, and so now all the moms are excited about having babies. So they lay the eggs in the nest, and then they sit on them. And they usually don't come off the eggs unless they're going to eat or drink. And they get really crabby at me when I take the eggs out. But they're all getting a little broody, we call it. Inside the warm egg is everything a chick needs to grow. The yellow yolk contains liquid food. You can see that big yellow part, the round part in the middle. The albumin is the lighter part around the outside of the yolk. It contains water and more food. And then down here at the end is the air space. And this is where the chick will take its first breath. And I'll show you that when we candle eggs today. And then a thin white skin grows around the yolk and albumin and sticks to the inside of the shell. It holds the albumin together to cushion the chick when it's growing. So it's all around the outside of the egg there. Now, the egg that you eat for breakfast, it could never grow into a chick because it was never fertilized. So there's no boys there. Otherwise, all the parts inside the egg are exactly the same. The hen has warmed her eggs now for 3 days. Inside, the chicks are growing. You can see the nest down here, and then the eggs, and then the mom and how she sits on them and keeps them warm. So day 3, the chicks look like the letter C with a dark spot in the middle. The spot is its heart. The heart pumps blood. The blood carries water and food from the yolk and albumin to the growing chick. On day 5, the chick's head is now half as big as its body, and its eyes are very large. And today when we candle the eggs, we'll get to see those black dots, which are their eyeballs. Its tail has begun to grow, wings and legs are forming, and so we'll talk about that today when we look inside our eggs. Then it talks about briefly, though, the hen leaves the eggs to find food and water, and she quickly returns to warm them again. So she does get off her eggs for just a little while. Now, day 7. The chick is only an inch long, so it's about as big as your big toe. Even so, it's already starting to look like a chicken. The chick's eyes, stomach, brain, and toes have started to grow. A beak has started to grow too, but it's very soft. So today when we look, we'll kind of see what we see. The chick's wings are folded across its chest. Now, day 10, every day, the chick uses up more of the food from the yolk. The chick lies on its back inside the egg, and the wings and legs and beak are fully grown. Crazy how big they get, how quick. Now, sometimes the hen turns the eggs over. She keeps them warm on all sides, and she does that actually several times during the day. And we're lucky, in our incubator, we don't have to roll the eggs. The incubator does it for us. In our old style incubators, we had to remember to open it up and roll the eggs every day, but we don't have to do that anymore, which is kind of nice. Day 11, the chick can open and close its beak. It wiggles and bends within the albumen, and tiny bumps appear all over the chick's skin. In a few days, feathers will grow from these bumps. On day 14, the chick is tightly curled inside the egg. It turns to lie on its side. As the chick uses up more and more of the yolk and albumin, the waste bag expands. The chick has grown a special bump on the end of its beak. It's called an egg tooth. The hen clucks softly to her eggs again. The chicks are learning to recognize the sound of their mom's voice. The hen no longer leaves her eggs. She will not eat or drink again until after they have hatched. So she goes for a whole week without having anything. And I think that's so cool that they'll know her sound when they come out of the egg because she's talking to them while they're in there. Day 18, the chick has grown so big that it touches the inside of the shell on every side. Soft feathers called down cover its head and body. The chick uses up the last of the yolk. The yolk will give the chicken energy to hatch and for the rest of the days outside without eating. Now, day 20, the chick practices breathing. In one day, it will hatch. Inside the eggshell, the chick pecks a hole into the airspace at the end of the egg, and it takes its first breath while it's inside. And it goes cheep, cheep. And you know what? We'll hear that. I'll have to video it. We'll hear them in the eggs before they come out. And of course, their mom answers cluck, cluck, so they know each other's voices. The next day, the chick pecks a tiny hole in the shell using its egg tooth. It is tough work for the chick. After making the hole, the chick sleeps for a few hours. And this is where I get so excited and I want to help them come out after they have a little hole, but we usually have to just be patient and let them come out of the egg. When the chick wakes up, it pecks for hours. It pecks a circle around the inside of the shell. Then it pushes hard against one side of the shell with its feet. Then it pushes hard against the other side with its neck and its shoulders. And crack! The chick has hatched. The shell and the dried up waste sac fall away. The chick doesn't need its egg tooth anymore, and in a few days it will fall off. I don't know if you can kind of see his egg tooth on there. It helps him get out of the shell. And I bet they're like, woohoo, I can stretch. Get out of there, I'm all squished. The chick is tired and his legs are wobbly and they wait until all the other chicks are finished hatching. So they're all coming out there. The hen fluffs her feathers and spreads her wings to cover her warm new chicks. The babies nestle close to their mom and sleep. As they rest, their down dries. Their legs and necks grow stronger. And you know, when ours come out, they're not so pretty when they come out. They're kind of wet, but then after they dry off, they get nice and fluffy like those cute little chicks that we know. So that was a good story. It tells us a lot more about what's going to happen. So now I'm going to show you a little video quick just of my mom sitting on their nest. And then we're going to candle the eggs and see what's going on inside. Just want to show you how the chickens are getting even broodier now. So I have two there. I have Henrietta over here, my littlest hen that's usually naughty and getting out. Now she's staying in. And then Delilah. Delilah is a Polish. Isn't she beautiful? But they're all sitting on eggs today. Okay, this is officially day 6, and candling the eggs today, you can definitely see that black spot in the middle. That is the beginning of the eyeball starting to develop. You can see more vessels, blood vessels, kind of spreading throughout the egg. Maybe if we move it around here a little bit too, you can actually see the heartbeat. Not sure if you can see that on there or not, but you can see the chick moving. This is the day that their bones and that start to develop, but they can also start to bend some of that. And there you can see how it's moving, how the eye moves and that, and then the heartbeat as well. Pretty cool. They're really starting to grow. We'll check out a couple more here too. Okay, on this one, just kind of wanted to show you the look at the very top, that lighter color up there is the air sac. And as we spin the egg around now, you can really start to see where the chick is starting to develop, the blood vessels that are in here. Keep kind of spinning around here so you can see all the sides of it. And eventually the chick will fill the entire egg, but the light color that you see right now where the light is shining through, that will be completely full when the chick is fully developed. So right now, not taking up all the space just yet. But you can see a lot of the vessels in there. Pretty cool. This is one of the darker brown eggs, and for some reason, sometimes on the darker brown eggs, you can really see stuff a lot better. So the black dot again, you can see is the eyeball, but you can see how the chick inside is really moving. You'll see the eye and then the head kind of move. See how it kind of moves around. You can see the vessels in this one and more of the where the bones and that are starting to develop. Push it a little closer, you can see it a little bit better too. Kind of looks like a big blob with a black dot in the middle, but I promise you there are chicks that are growing in our eggs. Very excited to see today how much changes there's been just in the last couple of days. This one you can see a lot of the vessels in there too as well. And then you can really start to see that black eyeball there in the middle. And how the tissues and all of that are starting to form. The bones are starting to form. Can't really see that yet, but a couple more days. Just wanted to give you an idea of the progress that's going on. So I'm very excited. We have lots of chicks in the eggs that are growing, so very exciting.